kid, dog. What are you talking about? What Democrat is going to do this, dude? I mean, that, like, it is not in line. It is not in line with, like, anything that the Democratic Party is. You have a Florida man who's in jail after threatening Kamala Harris supporters with a machete outside of a polling place. Police say Caleb Williams, a Trump supporter, aggressively brandished a weapon towards two women aged 71 and 54 outside of the Jacksonville Public Library. And these dumbasses are like, oh, I can't believe Joe Biden called it trash. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Trash should be criticized on the virtues that it's like not enough. Okay? People should be saying that Joe Biden's statements were not aggressive enough for the moment.
The Beaches Branch Library yesterday afternoon to intimidate voters. News for Jacksonville.
We can't attack that person for calling Puerto Rico garbage, and at the same time we call all Republicans garbage while trying to court their vote. It would be hypocritical. No, not that I agree with them trying to court Republicans. No, you're trying to separate the Republicans you're courting from Donald Trump. Okay? You are trying to separate the Republicans that you're courting from Donald Trump. In that circumstance, saying you don't want to be like that guy or his supporters is valid. Okay? You're not trying to court the Republicans who are going to vote for Donald Trump into voting for you. That's not going to work. Then you're just saying nice things about people who are not going to vote for you, who think you're a low IQ Samoan Malaysian, as Tucker Carlson said. What the There is an election happening, guys. What are we doing? It's in 6 days. Wake up. I don't know if you know this, but the election is against Donald Trump.
Reporter Aaron Farrar is joining us now live from Neptune Beach. Aaron, that early voting site just opened a few minutes ago.
And we've already seen people already starting to walk down this path to head to inside the Beaches Branch Library. People are continuing to make their way in now. Some of the cars are pulling into this parking lot. This is the same parking lot where police say all of this happened yesterday. Police say there were 8 different teenagers, all between 16 to 18 years old. The chief says that they were here to cause a ruckus and antagonize an opposing political party. Here's that picture again of Caleb Williams holding the machete in the air, police say. It was taken by one of 2 women who told police they were worried about getting hurt. The Duval County Democratic Party says the women were peacefully holding Harris Walls signs when Williams confronted them with the machete over his head. When police arrived, they found the teens and say that Williams was standing next to a truck and that the machete was in the bed of that truck in plain view. Williams was arrested. The other teens were not. Williams is in the Duval County Jail right now facing 2 charges, including aggravated assault and improper exhibition of a dangerous weapon. Records show that he registered as a Republican in March of last year. Chief Key says he is committed to making sure that this site remains safe for anyone simply trying to cast a ballot without fear or intimidation of doing so.
To say I'm disturbed is an understatement. I'm mad that this happened in Neptune Beach. This goes way beyond expressing freedom of speech. To say your piece is your First Amendment protected right, but that goes out the window the moment you raise a machete over your head in a threatening manner.
The Duval County Democratic Chair Daniel Henry also released a statement about this, saying in part, quote, violence and intimidation have...
Thank God it was a Republican white kid. Dog, what are you talking about? What Democrat is going to do this shit, dude? I mean, that, like, it is not in line. It is not in line with, like, anything that the Democratic Party is communicating, okay? Like, even if there was someone like this, and it has happened in the past, like the congressional baseball game, the guy who shot the congressional baseball game was like a person who door knocked for Bernie Sanders. You cannot point to a single thing that Bernie Sanders has said that like even remotely would activate someone into doing this. That's why we always joked about the whole like, that's why we joked about the whole like registered Republican shooting at Trump. Like what's really funny about the Mar-a-Lago Trump shooter guy is that he also voted for Trump in 2016. Like Ryan Ruth voted for Donald Trump in 2016. Okay. That's 2 for 2, motherfucker. What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, yeah, he was libbed up. He was Mr. NATO. Okay. But there is something really funny about like 2 of the unsuccessful Trump assassinations, as far as we understand, had either voted for Donald Trump or were registered Republicans. Like, this is not normal. There is nothing that the Democrats have said at all that implies that they want violence to happen. Okay? Violence in Gaza, they're fully on board with that. Okay? They are. Straight up. Let's be real. Okay? Permanent genocide, They're totally fine with that. But when it comes down to American domestic politics, the rhetoric that you hear from the Democratic Party is not only very anti-violence, but pro-Republican, too pro-Republican for my taste. It's ridiculous.
Have no place in our democratic process. The Duval County Democratic Party stands with those who seek to express their views peacefully and without fear of reprisal. We urge all citizens to continue engaging in civic activities respectfully and lawfully. As we're giving you another live look.
Why is it necessary for them to highlight this as a Republican versus Democrat thing instead of just violent crime kind of underlines the situation? Wait, am I misunderstanding? Because he did it at a voting site, dog. What the It's like looking at a dude who does a hate crime, an anti-Semitic hate crime against Jewish people, and then like draws a swastika, and you're like, well, this just seems like a regular instance of violent crime. Why would you call this a hate crime? It's like, well, that's a pretty big detail, I think. You can't really leave that out of the conversation. You would not be doing your job.
Citizens to continue engaging in civic activities respectfully and lawfully. As we're giving you another live look this morning outside of the Jacksonville Public Library Beaches branch this morning. So far, we've seen several people already go inside to early vote. Again, this site opened at 7 o'clock this morning. As far as for Williams, he is set to make his first appearance in court later on this morning at 9 o'clock. So in just shy of 2 hours from now. We're live in Neptune Beach this morning. I'm Aaron Farrar, Channel 4, the local station.
Oh.